It's Monday morning and we need to have a coffee meeting because got two great guests on tonight, and I want to definitely throw them your way so that we can talk about some. I want to see what the chat generates as far as questions and anything else that you want to put in there. Some good stuff, man. Good stuff indeed. And I don't know, just chilling like a villain. So, gonna give everybody a little bit of time to show up. I already poured myself a little bit of coffee. Hey, you know what I'd like to say just at first? This is a wonderful, wonderful day because it's the first day that I'm officially working with a brand I have been using for now well over a year, Keto Brainz, the Nootropic. It's I put it in. I'm telling you, it's been wonderful. I use this as perfectly timed brain fuel to have productive bombshell days. And on days when I know that I'm not working, like on a weekend, I time it with my workouts because it is just monstrous, the productivity. I love it. And that's because the MCT oil, it's coconut based. So we used to bulletproof our coffee with MCT oil and a few other things and butter and all that stuff. And now it's just it's all in this one thing. I got it through Jay Gulanello, and I'll say this a couple more times, just really quickly throughout the course of the stream. But I want to get this into as many of your hands as possible. Uh, if you're already a sponsor, get in touch with me, and if you want to try it, I'm going to send you. I'm going to pay for you to get 3 sample packs. And then also for all people who sign up as a monthly sponsor this month, it's going to be part of our film club. Our film club. Because we have film club for the first time this month, which is I'm also very excited about. We're going to watch Interstellar together, just like book club, but I'm going to have a couple of extra bits in there to kind of differentiate it. Like I'd like to do some more behind the scenes stuff and did you knows about the product. I think it'll also give a really great opportunity to see film adaptations and look at and analyze film adaptations of books that we read in book club. So that'd be great. But all throughout the month, if you sign up, no matter where you sign up, oh hey, Big Daddy Kane, get in touch with me. Just email me or direct message me with your address, and I'm sending it out because I know you guys are gonna love it. You don't have to put it in your coffee. If you're a black coffee purist, you don't have to put it in there. You can put it in anything. You can actually take this and scoop it right into your mouth, which I've done before. But today I'm putting it in the coffee, and it's so creamy. I don't use. I rarely use the. The half and half anymore. I do. I will. Like at night. At night, if my family comes over, I'll still put half and half in the coffee. This is usually for my productivity bomb in the morning, and this is the kind of sponsor I love having because I don't need any script. I don't need any copy points. I use it every day. But it's Film Club. I'm excited about that. One last thing, our our bulletin is out. The Quite Frankly bulletin for February. There are spotlights from Timothy and Steph Gordon in there. Robin McCutcheon wrote something I think you're going to love. Great piece by Krista Roman, our editor. There are Quite Frankly couples, Valentine's Day couple spotlights. Brendan and Rihanna Dilly are in there. Who else? Tracy and Will. Bunch of other people, but there's trivias. There's this flourless chocolate cake that Aurora baked yesterday with my sister-in-law. That whole thing is in there. So enjoy it. As you know, the bulletin is for everybody. And this is, I think, the 3rd edition that's been made public. So I hope you enjoy it. V, it's wonderful. Oh, yes, Jesse, I'm glad you asked. Because I asked Jay Gulanello a long time ago. I said, Jay, listen, does the Keto Brainz break my fast? He said, Technically, yeah, because of the MCT oil, because it's high fat, the coconut based MCT oil. He said, but you know what? If you did this every once in a while, I really wouldn't be upset with it because it's just I don't know. So whatever. I just extend my fasts. Just last week, it was I think it was Wednesday night. I went into it was Wednesday night. I stopped. My last meal was at 5:15, and I went all throughout Thursday. And I was trying to make it to Friday morning. It's the longest I had ever done it. I timed it out that I would have been going for 40 hours, and I got so close. I got until 1:52 in the morning on Friday. I went to bed. I went to bed way too late. I should have gone to bed at like 11:30. But then I saw my buddy Mike had just signed on to PlayStation. So I said, hey, you want to play a little Call of Duty? So me and my buddy were just hanging out for a little bit talking. And that brought me to about 12:25. And by that time I was getting so hungry that even the salt water, it was my mind was messed up. And I fell asleep a little bit, and I woke up at 1:52 in the morning, and I had this pit in my stomach that was so deep. I had to I said, nah, to hell with it. Came downstairs, provolone cheese, couple of Boulder Canyon potato chips, handful. What else? I got so close. I was planning this big breakfast the next morning. I still had the big breakfast, but I was so close. And I wouldn't have felt any of that if I just gone to sleep. No, man, there's no sweetener in this. I'm telling you, it just tastes naturally creamy. But again, you don't have to put this in your coffee. I put it into the hot coffee. I blend it into. I use the wand. I put it into the iced coffee as well. It still tastes amazing. But you can put it into juices. You can just take the scoop and put it in your mouth. Next time, go to sleep, Frank. I know. I know. I knew I screwed myself that night. I was so close. But that was the longest I ever pushed it. I was at least 30 something hours fasted, and if I felt great. I felt great. So there's that. What is sleep? That's a good one. Thoughts on Zelensky claims he had no idea the USAID where the billion went. Yeah, that that there was over like 60% he doesn't know where all the money went. I love the freaking out with USAID. I love the freaking out. It's all gotta go. It's all gotta go. May it all go unceremonially. Let's just goodbye. Let's see here. Democrats in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. I'm gonna get some. We're gonna have our meeting in just a couple of seconds because I want you guys to give me some thoughts. I have Brendan Dilley on the first half, Richard Barris in the second half, and a lot of these cuts, everything that we're seeing with USAID, the spending freezes in certain areas, the spending in general, all of the slush funds that are being, everybody's acting, sanctimonious about stuff. This is about building up developing nations. First of all, let nations develop themselves, number one. And that is a very flowery front for what is always a money laundering operation. And not only that, but the people that they have on the ground. I mean, how many times have we covered on this show the atrocities against humanity committed by the Red Cross, the UN in Africa, places all over this stuff has got to go. It's got to go. Not building nations. They'll show you a brochure of a little African child eating a bowl of rice. It's got to go. All of it. It's not legal. And the opportunities for grift, the opportunities for corruption, we are funding black markets that you would not believe. and they're starting to get really upset. Let's see here. Alan Smith says Democrats in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee request that Secretary Rubio provides an immediate update about the access of USAID's headquarters, including whether Doge officials were authorized to be there and by who. Oh, they're not comfortable with this one. Not comfortable at all. Oh, this is going to hit me in like 25 minutes because I got the empty stomach. And then it's just going to be, knock it all off. Knock it all off. Dear Secretary Rubio, Congress established the U.S. Agency for International Development as an independent agency. Illegal. Separate from the Department of State to ensure that we can deploy development expertise and U.S. foreign assistance quickly. Illegal. Particularly in times of crisis to meet our nation's national security goals. To meet our national security goals? What national security goals? Oh, girls having a good time. Sorry, I'm high AF right now. Good morning. Jeez. Must have been 10 or 12 years since I've had a wake and bake. Smalls, it's in the description. Use promo code Frankly. I think you get a one-time. But if you we're setting up a recurring code for Quite Frankly monthly sponsors, and I'm going to be giving this away on air, call-in shows. I'm going to be giving sample packets to new sponsors, to old sponsors, and I'm going to be fronting a lot of the costs there too because I just want people to try it. I'm so excited. But this is interesting. So interesting because when you say that we need to be able to send money to all over the world for national security reasons, I almost want to choke. What are you talking about? For this reason, any effort to merge or fold USAID into our Department of State should be, and by law must be, previewed, discussed, and approved by Congress. Congress has also made it clear that any attempt to reorganize or redesign USAID requires advanced consultation with and notification to Congress. Consistent with last, oh man, they want everything in place. We received reports that individuals who identify themselves as working for the Department of Government Efficiency assessed or access USAID's main headquarters, including classified spaces. While USAID has classified, they have their own classified systems, huh? USAID has become a government, it's become an intel operation. Just want to get rice to poor children. It's unclear whether those who access secure classified facilities have proper clearance or what they were seeking to access. We understand that the security guards present at the facility were threatened when they raised questions. As members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, we had not been notified of any such visit to USAID by Doge or any agency officials. Following this incident, the senior management at the Office of Security, which secures USAID personnel and facilities and safeguards national security information, were okay, well, all national security information, get out of there. Get it out. Close the whole thing down. Like the question is, close it down and never allow it to reopen. Now, I'm sure that Congress is going to have to act in some of these respects, and I still have not gotten that answer given to me. If Congress establishes anything by law, a department, an agency, or just some set of regulations that is not legal, if it's foreign to our laws, then why would it need an act of Congress to repeal it? I don't know. But listen, we'll talk about this and much more tonight. Here's what I want to do with you guys. In the first half of tonight's show, we got Brendan Dilley coming on. In the second half, it's Rich Barris. We haven't spoken to any of them since just after the election. And with Dilly, I know what I want to talk to him about in particular is going to be all of the spending cuts and freezes, because this goes right into what he was talking to me about off air, about how the deep state's nuts are actually going to get clipped. That everything that was going on in the first go around with Trump, this is one of the main priorities in the second go around, because it's these little slush funds. It's USAID sending resources into Ukraine, which then goes back out the back door. It's almost like that scene in Goodfellas. You remember that scene in Goodfellas where you have the product that going front through the front door of the Copacabana and then out the back door and into other trucks? It's it's the same exact thing. Only we know, especially from the FTX scandal with the Sam Bankman-Fried, that's billions of crypto going through there, coming right back down into here. That's set up. This is set up all over the place. It's like a separate circulatory system. If that's if SBT, whatever, is that what you're thinking about? Either way, think about it like a separate circulatory system. Imagine your body had two sets of circulatory systems. Now, I know we're a mixed, we have open and closed, but imagine for every set of arteries and everything, there's a duplicate somewhere else, and it can take from all over the place. That's what this is. It's not just one source, it's so many sources. And right now, this is like trying to plug brooks and streams and tributaries to giant rivers and arteries. And I mean, even the $300 billion funds that were frozen for supposed environmental programs. This is the stuff that keeps the protests in the streets going. This is the stuff that is flowing into and out of open societies type organizations. Just like you remember in 2016, Trump wins in 2016. He gets inaugurated in 2017, and Jeff Sessions shut down what was essentially a Democrat slush fund in the DOJ. And what we learned about this particular slush fund is that at the DOJ, they were going after corporate crimes or white collar crimes, something like that. And they had this particular program where they would give a company that has committed some kind of crime and they're facing a fine or whatever, fine or penalty, that they can either go to court or they can settle right there and donate money to a charity or something like that. And just so happens that all of the charities that were getting money were all Dem friendly. You know, those little things, those slush funds are all over the place. All over the place. So USAID, aside from the crimes against humanity, let me get into the chat room now. Sylvia's daughter, love Rich, great. Gotta brew some coffee. Yeah, quite frankly, elevation blend coffee with the keto brains. It's my morning routine. Iced, hot, whatever the hell it is. If it's on the weekend and I've decided not to do a day of intense work, which I feel like every day is a 16-hour day, but this is my my pre-workout too. That's the coconut oil. Let's see what else we got. Frank, are you going to apply for alternative media press pass? Oh, I already sent it in. Oh, yeah. Biz, this is a pen made by a listener. Those of you at home who know their firearms well, you'd probably be able to tell me what caliber was, what is this, that was converted into this pen. you'd be able to tell me that this was it's really, we have amazing craftsmen out there in the audience. This is a 50. Never shot one, so it's just not a connoisseur aficionado. I've got my shotguns. Lauren's got a little something. But the only thing with this pen is it's heavy. And when I sit and I'm writing letters to everybody, when I'm sitting writing letters to everybody, especially pen pal clubs, this takes a little bit out of you. It really does. Takes a little out. The finger workout, yes. Those micro movements. This is why writing with pen is so important. Because, first of all, as I was told long time ago, taking an idea from your mind and putting it to paper through pen is the first act of taking an idea and making it physical. Did I just see Wintrell in there? What's up, Wintrell? It's the first act of taking an idea that is non-physical and making it physical. And also, the hundreds of micro movements that go into, especially writing script, there's a creative process there that's just baked into it. Huge. The Quite Frankly mugs, they should be ready this month. They should be. The 2025 is looking good. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to look into the chat room a little bit more, then we're going to take your questions for Dilly and Barris. So get your questions together. Seems small for a 50. Either that or Frank is huge in real life. I'm not that. I'm only, 5'11"? I've got pretty good mitts. But I'm not Andre the Giant. Aurora just watched Princess Bride recently. She wanted to watch it again. So I told her, I said, Andre the Giant, he's a wrestler. She goes, he is? I said, yeah. You want to see something? So after we watched Princess Bride yesterday, it was, chilly outside. We're waiting for family to come by. Aurora watched the first time ever. She watched WrestleMania, Hulk versus Andre the Giant. The body slam at the end, the body slam of Andre the Giant, and she was rooting for Andre. She liked Hulk Hogan. She said, "I like his shoes." Aurora liked Hulk's yellow boots. I like his shoes, and then of course when Hulk starts getting his hair, he gets so sweaty and his hair gets really stringy. She liked his blonde. She goes, "I like his hair." So we were watching that. Anyway, got to see how big Andre the Giant is, and anyhow, oh yeah, big hands. That's what we're talking about. All right, let's get into it. Dilly, first half. All right, so he's definitely got inside baseball into the Trump administration. He was previewing us what the Trump administration would be doing at this early juncture, and he's 100% correct about it because they have been going scorched earth on any and all kinds of funding that, of course, has a front reason. There's a front, and then there is the reality. I think I had a couple of things set aside. What was it? The Pentagon spent Doge put this out. $600 million for sushi at the Pentagon. $600 million for sushi. Thousands of dollars for individual. What's the other thing here? Hold on. There's more. It's like in Independence Day when they're on Air Force One. They're talking about Area 51. So how do you fund all this stuff? Or they're in Area 51, and he said, how do you get the funding for all this stuff? And then Jeff Goldblum's father comes into the mix. He goes, "Oh, you don't think that they're spending $2,000 on a hammer?" $3,000 on a toilet seat, do you? I mean, it's the exact thing. They're actually listing like stationery that is being you're like $5,000 for a stapler. I don't know, $600 million on sushi. That's what I saw. Listen, this is what I saw, but that was just the least of it. And hold on, let me get over there real quick. Doge. Past 6 days, it's 11 hours ago. The number of lease terminations of underutilized buildings has increased from 3 to 22, with savings increased from 1.6 million to 44.6 million dollars. I just want it all back. I just want it all back. I just want it. Even if $1.13 of that $44.6 million is mine, I want the $1.13 back. I want it back. It's not enough. It's not enough to cut this. There needs to be retribution for us. We are the collateral for all of this stuff. We deserve retribution. Every last one of you in the chat, I don't care if you are owed 47 cents. I don't care if it's 47 cents. You deserve it back. And then penalties. Wait, hold on. Where's that dough? Okay, here you go. Through January 29th, 2025, 85 DEIA-related contracts totaling $1 billion approximately have been terminated within the Department of Education, GSA, OPM, EPA, Department of Labor, Treasury, DOD, USDA. Only $1 billion? He goes on and on. Bureau of Labor, Bureau of Land Management, NPS, NOAA. See here. Following up on the $45 million in DEI scholarships in Burma. USAID spends $40 billion of taxpayer money plus $45 million to DEI scholarships in Burma, $520 million for consultant-driven ESG investments in Africa, $1.2 billion in awards to undisclosed recipients. Listen, we've been reading these reports for years. It never gets less sickening. It never gets any less sickening. It never gets any easier to listen to this. And I didn't watch the Grammys last night. But I stopped in on my parents as they were watching it. Of course, I can't imagine what sitting through the full 4-hour presentation is, because if you walk by at any given time, there's just another yappy, whiny woman or man acting like a woman about DEI is necessary and my brothers and sisters, this and blah, 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 and they're going to come after us. And these people are fucking intolerable. How can they be in the same room as themselves? That's probably the issue. There's just so much self-loathing in there. And I'm just, you heard it was X-rated? Listen, I find new music all the time. I'm not listening to the same albums I was listening to years ago. I'm still popping them. I'm still listening to all the classics that I love. All of it. The heavy stuff, the the alternative stuff, whatever the hell it is. I listen to a lot. You guys know. The mixtape is out there. All of the playlists I've been putting together seasonally and otherwise on Spotify. It's very eclectic, and always finding new music. It's just not playing on the radio. It just has absolutely no connection to what is being portrayed and discussed at award shows. Now, I can't wait until movies are like that. Okay, I can't wait until it's like that with movies more and more. It's starting to get that way. We will already have a completely new paradigm with news, broadcast entertainment, talk shows. Love that. Um, but as far as feature length movies, we've gotten a little bit of a taste of that from places like Angel Studios. But I can't wait until we start seeing more crowd-funded feature-length movies that we could actually go out to a theater. It's one thing to say, "Hey, um, this one person that we all know and love," for example, like Star Wars Theory on YouTube. That guy has put out great great fan movies. What he put out the Darth Vader movie. And I think there's like a part two coming out. But the first one was amazing. It was really, really amazing. And you see what Disney has done to something like Star Wars or any other property that it's acquired. It's destroyed it. But there's tons of creativity out there and original storytelling that has to be done. I just can't wait until those people are able to find a way not only to produce it, which is going to get easier and easier because the technology that we can use to actually create these things with high quality. Um, it's becoming more accessible. But I can't wait until we can actually sit down in a few select movie theaters and watch these things. You know, the movie theater experiences, we can't lose that. We've already lost Blockbuster, and I understand. I think even as a boutique experience, some, but how do you keep it open? How do you keep it viable? I was like, Blockbuster has to come back. It's got to come back somehow. There's got to be a will to leave the house. We're losing those shopping malls. Hey, girl, um, last February is when we did our shopping malls talk, or January. We did the shopping mall discussions. I think that more and more independent, the better, and it's going to get. Think about what we've already established. We've already established new news sources, entertainment sources, short form interactive. But as far as the art of presenting a film to somebody and experiencing a film, a five, well, not five, all five senses, but a multi-sensory experience in a movie theater, we cannot lose that. We can't lose that. It's got to come back. There are drive-in movie theaters all over the country still, though. Seek those out this summer. Even if you got to drive a couple of hours, do it. I actually passed a couple of drive-in movie theaters coming down from the Adirondacks this year. Me and Lauren and Aurora took an alternate route. Took us a little bit longer, but we saw so much more of the New York countryside. And we passed by quite a few small towns that definitely have that stuff. And you still have a drive-in movie theater, says OIC. Good. Do it. We have a nice drive-in movie theater here in Dallas. Well, speaking of Texas, we have something in common. We have an Alamo Draft House over here in Yonkers. That's where I see 99% of all movies, new and old. Because I love that Alamo does only at the Alamo. For example, what's at the Alamo Draft House coming up? Only at the Alamo. Um, nice. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King is coming back. Coming to America is coming back. This is the Alamo. You get to go there. Strict no talking, no texting policy. If anybody's making it, they kick people out. You get to watch it and enjoy it. And you also get to eat food. You got full menu. There's food, drinks, alcohol, whatever you like. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. The Wedding Singer. February 18th. What day is that? Siri, what day is February 18th? That could be a Monday. I think that might be a Monday. Let me see. It's a Tuesday. I'll be on air. It's not going to work for me. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I think that might be my favorite. Ghost. February 17th. Ghost is coming back. Why is that labeled as... Ugh. Alamo's got its issues, though. Queer Film Theory 101. Ghost. What's queer about Ghost? What's queer about Ghost? Just can't stop molesting things. Just can't stop molesting things. Anyway. Let's see. Alamo D used to be 10 minutes from us, but closed down a few years ago. Still grieving. It's wonderful. I love the experience there. Is it talking about the band Ghost? No. Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore. I saw Ghost. I saw the band Ghost open for Iron Maiden in 2017 or 18 in Brooklyn. I only know their, if you can call them, radio hits. I don't know too much. I know like Dance Macabre and Square Hammer. But yeah. Anyway, okay. Let's get to... Okay, so I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes. So let's do this now. Dilly and Barris. Throw it in the chat room. I'm watching you guys in the chat room now. What do you want to hear Rich Barris answer? And what would you like to hear Dilly answer? Anything about what's going on right now. If there's any kind of missing perspective inside baseball, maybe they don't know the answer. Maybe they do. Maybe they demur and they say a lot without saying anything. Who knows? But I'm looking for you guys. We're going to be only on for about 5 to 10 more minutes. And just again, I want to thank Nootropic Power Brand, Keto Brainz. Been using them for a long time now. And I'm so happy to have a sponsor that I truly love using. And I think that you all are going to enjoy them too. And I'm going to be working to get a whole bunch of this stuff into your hands. Let's see here. Dilly, is Mike Flynn returning? Okay, I can put Flynn. Mike Flynn return. Okay, let's see. Barris, Tariff doesn't math out. Olaf, in what way? Tariff war strategy. I can ask Dilly, both of them, that. I'm going to put a double-sided arrow between both. How do they see where we are at results-wise within a year's time? We could just add just a throwaway, a toss-up projection. Projection, 1 year. I'll tell you one thing. Hey, River Pike, thank you so much. Have a great day to you as well. Elon was on Spaces last night. I saw that. Who might be in Trump's gate for 2028? I'm going to stay away from 2028 right now, V. I hope you are okay with that. Only because there's so much happening right now. I want to make better sense of this fire hose drinking that we're doing. I want Barris to tell me if he sees Minnesota going red anytime soon. Barris, Minnesota. Oh, you know what? Polling changes since election. I think that'd just be good. Polling changes since the election. What are people seeing versus all of the hyperbole beforehand now that we're in it? How's the money funneled to various... how the money was funneled to various things publicized. Yeah, I have something like that in here. Local treasures. For Rich, will the confirmations result in the crust bags getting primaried, or are people's memories too short? Okay, primaries. Primaries for rhinos. I'll I'll articulate that. How likely is Greenland? Okay, I'll give that to Dilly. Greenland, likely. I'll give that one to Dilly. By the way, Brendan Dilly and his lovely wife Rihanna, along with others, are featured as a couple spotlight in the new Quite Frankly bulletin for February. It's out. I tweeted it out. I put it in the Telegram. I put it all over the place. I'll share it in the communities tab on YouTube, but it's in the Discord. It's in the Gilded. If you are a monthly sponsor, it's in your it's on either your direct messages, your inboxes, wherever. So go ahead and read that. Robin McCutcheon is in there. We have a great Valentine's Day piece by Timothy and Steph Gordon, and there's more coming your way. Any ideas on who will be held accountable for any of our 4 years of misery? Well, you know what? That's the big, arrests. Arrests are, is Trump, or how serious is Trump serious about accountability? Accountability. That's a big one right there. Grace posted on X that crypto crashed hard yesterday. What's up with that? I don't know. Big Daddy Kane, thank you so much. And Big Daddy Kane, I know that you're a sponsor already. Remember to message me with your address. For current sponsors, I'm going to be paying for 3 sample packs of Keto Brainz to get to your house. This is not something where you got to load it up. You should feel awesome. Wintrell, new false flags. I might give that. I'm going to new false flags. A lot of theories on that one. Maybe I'll give that to Rich. Anything behind the plane crashes? I'll just put that down here in the footnotes. Planes. Pickled Gamer. Do you play and stream video games? Why? Thank you for tossing that softball up to me, Gamer. Pickled Farmer? Yes. The Twitch has been repurposed for nightly gaming. Get over to the Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. At least a couple times a week, I'm there playing with people like Pickled Gamer, a little bit of Call of Duty, a little bit of MLB The Show. I'm going to start doing a little bit more Red Dead Redemption, things like that. And it's fun. I just talk to you guys in the chat room, but just draining the brain at the end of the day, having a good time. We need the link to your Twitch. Is it in the description of the episode? It might be there. I think I always have it in the description. You just can't get the 7 o'clock show there anymore because I didn't want the whole account to go away. So, any proposed changes to the FOIA process? I don't think that. It's a good question. I don't think that either of them. I don't know if they would know. Let's see here. How confident is Trump with his SS protection? Yeah, Secret Service is a good idea. Do you think Democrats will follow more moderate? Hold on. More moderate example of Fetterman and continue the leftward trajectory. Have they learned anything? They just elected David Hogg as their vice chair of the DNC. Are you kidding? It's a great thing. Primaries for rhinos, and have Dems learned anything? I'm going to ask Rich. That'll be a softball question for Rich. I'll put David Hogg in parentheses over there. They actually elected the stick insect as vice chair. I mean, you tell me if they've learned their lesson. You tell me. Now, the real question is, can a party that has been able to weather the storm without learning their lesson, be able to do so with all traditional forms of funding and resources cut off to them, which is what all of this government efficiency stuff, A, it's constitutional, B, it's about bringing finances in order. But remember, there is that other there's that other purpose there, that this is just not a bunch of fatally altruistic people in government who for generations have given too much to the world with far little coming back in. That the altruism in itself is suicidal, aside from the fact that it's unconstitutional. But there is no altruism there. This is all a gigantic money laundering operation that is kept in a separate circulatory system that runs parallel to everything that people vote on in these omnibus bills. Okay? So, Hog is hilarious. Yeah. What do they do in situations like LA where cops are there but told to stand down and government officials won't help? Accountability coming? Um, yeah, the accountability is no more money. You know, the money going to the states is just as illegal as the money going to Africa, Israel, Ukraine, just as illegal. It's a little bit more palatable for Americans to think that money would be kept in country, which is why I think that is what we're taking the onion down a couple of layers at a time. But even what's being spent in stateside needs to go. It has to go. We can't survive. Has Trump changed his tune COVID shots now? One thing I hated hearing. I don't know. I mean, I'm watching all the same things that Dilly and and Rich are, and I have never heard Trump change his tune on the shots. I've only ever heard him talk about them in a miraculous standpoint. It's the most gut wrenching bullshit ever, and of course, my gut was not at all eased when on day 2 or 3 of administration 2.0 we get the Stargate presentation that took a strange turn toward customized genetic serums, AI driven customizable genetic serums. So believe you me, I am categorizing things in good, bad, and absolutely dastardly folders. And I mean, we're feeding from the public information trough here, but we also have to be individuals about this as well. Don't be part of a herd, because there's some stuff that is still not. That's it. We can't. Hell yeah, we certainly can't have everything. What's up, Seabass? What's up, Tristan? What's up going on, everybody? Okay, you know what? Let me curl through here. Now's the time for citizens to sue public. Yeah, there should be a lot. Everybody should be lawyering up. And anybody with a gripe, especially if you have some kind of civil rights gripe from over the last couple of years, losing a job, whatever the hell it is, big. Twitch link is in the description. Thank you, Pickled Gamer. Those of you who enjoy gaming streams, especially interactive ones, if you play and you want to jump in, I'm going to start making open parties and stuff so we can get more of you guys playing with us. Let me see. Linda Love says she loves the newsletter. Thank you, Linda. I wish Linda had submitted a little bit of a couples profile between her and her man. That would have been great to have had them in there too. Maybe next time. Unless you did and I didn't notice. I still have to read it all the way through myself. But let me see. Thoughts on USAID? We got it. I have that in here. It's a big one because it's part of the whole spending free stuff. Where's Hunter? DOJ end goal unmasking Barack Obama? Is DJT's end goal unmasking Barack Obama? It'd have to go way beyond that. Let's see. Uh, okay, I think I got enough from you guys. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. Okay, so I got some nice notes to work on over here. And in closing, and we're going to be doing this every Monday morning, at least every Monday morning. Once it starts getting really nice outside, we'll be doing coffee meetings on the back porch during spring and summer. We'll do a couple of them, especially since I now have a dynamite combination of the Quite Frankly coffee and Keto Brainz on my side. So there is a link for you guys to check out in the description of the episode. They are a wonderfully put together company. Great presentation. I found this through Jay Gulanello, so he approves. They actually had this at the coffee station in Vermont at his Perpetual Health Retreat in 2023, and I haven't gone back since. It's mostly this. Oh, hi, ladies. My ladies are here. Even the cat came down. Although the cat threw up in my office, probably overnight, because I noticed it. So I have to go take care of that. Lila, excuse me. What did you do?
I guess she just ate a pie stove.
I know. Anyway, yes. So you'll be the first ones to hear it too. If you this month we are celebrating the advent of Film Club. It is the latest addition to Quite Frankly Culture Club. We've got the book club, we got the film club now. The first pick we're doing is Interstellar. The first session, the session for that, it'll be one movie, one session. It's going to be the third Monday of this month, so you have time to sign up and watch Interstellar again. For those of you who are not sponsors, you go to the Sponsor Us tab on QuiteFrankly.tv. Everybody, no matter where you sign up, and no matter how much you sign up for, everybody is getting a welcome package. You're getting three sample packets of the Keto Brainz. And then you're getting a movie-themed welcome package sent to you at home that me and Lauren put together. You're going to get a movie-themed keychain, a slap bracelet. You remember slap bracelets? You're going to get a popcorn bag. You have to get your own kernels, though. We're just getting you the bag. Popcorn bag. Laura, what else is in there? I said keychains, temporary tattoos. I'm also going to write you a handwritten note. So we've got an awesome welcome package. And for those of you who are already sponsors, don't worry. Reach out to me with your address, and I'm going to pay for you to get a couple of bags of this. Anyway, until next time, we'll be doing this on Monday mornings and perhaps beyond. Thank you for the wonderful notes. We got Dilly and Rich Barris coming on tonight, and I'm excited. How do you join the book club? All you got to do is be a monthly sponsor, and I always send you the links, and I always send you the book assignments. So we just finished Fahrenheit 451. You'll get all of the sessions for that if you wanted to go and read it on your own time. But the next book that we're doing together is going to be in March. It's the follow-up to The Robe. It's called The Big Fisherman. The Robe is a really wonderful biblical novel, and we did it around Easter time. Now, it's crazy just how the Easter calendar swings, because it was, March 31st last year, March 30th, and this year, Easter is on 4/20, which is very scandalous. So I almost wanted to push the book club into the month of April, but to hell with it. I want to do it in March. The Big Fisherman is the follow-up, and but Film Club will be in between. I want to do Interstellar. I've got Rear Window, Alfred Hitchcock and Jimmy Stewart. That's a wonderful suspense movie. I have other things written down, things like Equilibrium, and come the fall time, we got to do The Godfather. We've got to do a bunch of stuff. And yeah. All right. until 7 o'clock. I'll see you later. Thanks for chilling me, guys. With me. Thanks for chilling with me. See ya.